VS Code. VS Code and Pigeon. In Pigeon, you must be able to see the database which you created yesterday. Right? Are you able to see? Yesterday we created a database, right? Yes. Everyone created on their system. That database name should be visible in Pigeon. Is it visible? Check it right now.
Yes, sir.
It should be visible. Are you able to see? Are you guys following my message in WhatsApp?
Yes, sir.
So, what is our plan? What are we going to build? What are we going to build? Google Form, correct. Google Form, especially for test, taking online test. Okay. So, can anyone tell how can we build this? Like, what will be the flow from where the story starts? How happens? How the test happens? What all things should be involved? How the test ends? How the grading should happen? So, can anyone say the complete flow? Let's say right now if you have a system. Let's say you build a website. Okay. For example, Google Form only. Now, assume the system is built. Now, how the flow will be? Can anyone say? Yeah. Sorry.
Start from login.
Correct. First, before login, something happens. Before login, something happens. What is that? I mean,
Import part.
no. What is login?
Login is you are registering the user.
Registering is different. Logging is different. Logging is different. No. See, there is a difference between registering and logging. Now you said you do this. I said this is the second step. Before this one step comes, what is that? When can you do login? When we already have an account, right? So we log in when we already have an account, when we already created the, or when we registered in that platform, correct? So before login, registration comes or sign up. Okay. Registration or sign up. Okay. So who all can sign up? Yeah. Okay. How many types of users do we have here? Student and who else? Teacher. One who creates the test, one who takes the test. Okay. In our system, we have this right now. Okay. For registering, multiple methods are there. Can anyone say any one of the method? I will say, sorry, Google authentication. Correct. One of the way is Google authentication. Any other way?
Sir, manually.
Yeah. Gmail, email and password. Email and password method. What else? Yeah.
Number
OTP, correct. OTP either through WhatsApp or text message. Doesn't matter. It's an OTP. Next. Along with OTP, we can have OTP with the email. We can have OTP with phone number. What else? What else?
One more thing is there that they should give one number to your Gmail.
Yeah.
That 67 and that's like
Okay.
select that thing.
That is kind of Google on thing only. Any other method? For sign up, any other method? Facebook, any other third party authentication, Google or third party auth. Okay. So we have multiple methods. In our when we gonna build, we should take this decision when we build as a product. Okay. In my product, I use OTP and OTP with phone number method. That comes with the cost. We have to integrate with the third party OTP sender. We need someone to send the OTP, right? So it will take some cost. For our project, we don't need to do that much thing. Let's use the method. One more method is there: username and password. Username and password. Let's keep our system very simple. Okay. While registering, we give the details like what is my name, what is my email, what is my maybe which class I belongs to, who is my teacher. Okay. Let's see what all fields will we take. Along with that, let's ask the user while sign up. Enter the username, that should be very unique. Okay. And the password. So when he comes again, we don't collect all these details, right? We only ask what is your username, what is your password. That method is called login. Once we decide we gonna go with this method, then in login we will be asking two things: enter the username, enter the password. Okay. So that is, so story started from here. Either maybe student or teacher. We will ask in the registering itself, are you a student or teacher? How you wanna sign up? Then other details, name, phone number, email, username, password, all those things. Then we'll come to login page, last username and password, and the user will come inside. Let's say, now let's take a flow of a teacher. When teacher logins, what should happen? Huh? Yeah, dashboard, existing data. What else? What else should we give to the, yeah, teacher comes in, logins. Now, let's say this exists, we built it, okay. Now I'm asking you, once the teacher comes into the system, what all action he can do? Yeah? Create a new test. Okay. Create test. Now, here one more catch is there. What if student comes and log in and create a test? Right? What if student comes and change your marks? We need someone to tell, no, you don't have this permission, right? So that concept is called authentication and authorization. This is very, very, very important concept. Authentication and authorization. Okay. Every interview this will be asked in face-to-face interview. Okay. As a backend developer, this is very important. So there must be a difference between these two things. Authenticating means telling who are you. Authentication is telling who are you. Okay. Authorization means what can you do? What access do you have? For teacher and student, login will be same only. Okay. For teacher also enters username, password. Student also enters username and password. Now we need someone to identify this is student, this is teacher. For student, this many permission we can give. For student, teachers, this many permission we can give. For student, this many permission we can give. That concept is there. No, this much access we can give. That is called authorization. How much authority are you giving to that person? This fails if username and password doesn't match. That is the first level. First level is authentication. Don't get confused. If username and password fails, then authentication is failed. Okay. Once that is done, once authentication is done, then we do authorization. What access do you have? Okay. In this level, we will find out whether you are a student or a teacher. Okay. In our database, it will be there already. If you say the username, for example, if my username is Manav and I comes and log in, my authorization will be, I mean in the database it will be saying, one table will be there. There it will say, okay, Manav means teacher. Okay, your name? Aditya means student. So that data will already there in the database while we are signing up. Okay. So there in the database we can check and find out whether he is a student or a teacher. According to that we can give the authorization. Okay. Now one more thing is there is one catch here. So let's say we have an API create test. Okay, let's say we have an API create test. Now one person will be clicking that button create test. That request will come to backend. Okay, listen here. A person will click on a button called create test. That request will come to backend. Now how do I find out, how do backend find out who sent the request? Yeah. We send a token. Yeah. Any other answer? Is my question clear? A person will click on a button, create test. How will the backend know student clicked or teacher clicked? Yeah. Say. So we need someone to help there, right? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's say. Okay, user ID is fine. That is correct only. Almost correct. Let's say you know my user ID. You can imitate as me, right? For example, my user ID is 101. Okay. While making an API call, you will say you are 101. So now you can get my access, right? That's kind of hacking. Understood? My user ID is 101. You will say to the backend, I am only 101. How will the backend know? So you are saying for every request, we need to send username and password. Is that what you are saying? That is one of the method, but that method is very that method is not nice. Okay, sending username and password in every method is not right way. But this is, I mean, if you don't have any method in the world, this is okay. Every request, whatever you do, create test, view marks, update marks, do correction. Every request you send username and password. We will find out. Okay, this is the person, right person. Okay, this is the one of the method we have. Let's say if you don't have any method, then this is okay. But we have a very good method called, the concept is called JWT. Okay, this concept is very, very important. You can blindly put in your resume JWT. This itself one of the skill. Okay, JWT. The full form of this is JSON Web Token. What's the concept behind? Yeah, listen. So what's the concept behind JWT? When we do the authentication, okay? When we do the authentication, that means authentication means once we log in. What's login? What are we using? Username and password. Okay. Once we log in, backend will give one token to the front end. Once this is correct, once these two things are correct, one token generation happens. Okay. Inside that token, the user ID will be there. But that user ID will be encrypted. Okay. Once login happens, once username and password is correct, backend will generate a token. Two tokens will be generated. Listen carefully. One token name is access token. Another token name is refresh token. Okay. When username and password is correct, backend will do token creation. Two tokens will be generated. One is access token, one is refresh token. So, what is the difference between these tokens is, in this access token, as I said, user ID will be inside. It will be encrypted. You won't be able to read it. Okay. It's a lengthy string, very long string. I'll show you how the typical access token will look like. This is how the typical access token will look like, okay? It's encrypted. So this is what the backend will generate. Okay. Even in this access token, three sections are there. In this, three sections are there. One is header, one is payload, one is signature. So in header, what we do is, in header what it exists, this part is there, no, this is header, okay. In this header, the details will be what algorithm are we using, what cryptographic algorithm are we using, okay. That details will be there here. In payload, whatever the user ID or whatever, if you want to give email, if you want to give phone number, anything we can pass it inside this. It's up to us. Payload is in our control. Header and signature is not in our control. Payload is in our control. We can pass anything. Best thing is just pass user ID. Just by user ID we can find out whether it is a student or a teacher. Okay. In signature this is for verification purpose. Okay. So access token will be containing the user ID. So in this part user ID will be there. This is the signature part. Okay. Now in the refresh token, before I get into refresh token, access token will be having very limited time. It will die very soon. The ideal time is 15 to 20 minutes, okay? 15 to 20 minutes. Why? Because if this access token is leaked, if someone gets your access token, then they can imitate as you. Right? If access token is leaked, then they can imitate as you. Then they will be having that access. Whatever access you have, they will get that. Basically, for example, you log in as in Instagram. Okay? One access token will be given by the backend to the front end. That will be stored in the web browser or in the phone, somewhere it will be stored. Let's say someone get your access token, someone stole your access token. Now easily for 15 to 20 minutes they can able to log in as you. Understood? So that's why we give the limited time. Let's say I give 1 or 2 days. Until 2 days he can be able to view your Instagram account. So that's why this time is limited. Okay. Now before it dies, let's say for example I have a time limit of 20 minutes. I need a new token now. This will be dying soon. I need someone new. Otherwise, every time logout will happen. Again, user have to log in. Very bad user experience. Right? Now, I need someone to give the new access token. When it is about to die, that job will be done by refresh token. Okay? Refresh token. You give refresh token to the backend. It will return access token. Give refresh token to backend, it will return access token. There are few settings. These are, even we can improve the security more. Once we use the refresh token once, we can blacklist it. Okay, we can blacklist it. When I give one refresh token, backend will give access token by default. If you want new refresh token, that can also be done. All these settings we can do in settings.py. I will show you. Okay. I'll repeat again the flow. You log in, you give username, password. Backend will generate two tokens. One is access token, one is refresh token. One in access token user ID will be there. What is the purpose of access token? Every request after login, you pass this access token along with the API. In every API, you pass this access token to the backend. So backend will find out, okay, this is the person. So according to this person, what all access I want to give, I will give it. Okay. So that's why we need access token. But access token has a limit. It will die soon in 15 or 20 minutes. Now we need one more thing. We have a refresh token. You give refresh token when it is about to die. For example, if it is dying in 20 minutes, every 18th minute, like a cycle, every 18th minute, this call will happen. It will pass the refresh token to the backend. It will create a new access token and give it to you. Yeah. So new token will be available. Okay. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? You must get some doubts. Yeah, there. Any doubts? No? Sure. Can you explain? Yeah. Yeah.
I compute the access token and refresh token.
Louder.
I am computing the refresh token and access token.
Okay.
How do I correlate with it?
See. Okay, why do we need access token? What is the purpose of access token?
Want to know the user feature.
Louder. Let everyone listen. That's what I'm saying.
This is the user and this is the student.
Okay. See, the reason why we need access token is once we do login, every time we should not password username and password. Okay. Every time we should not pass. After login, we do so many activities. For example, create the test. When we click on that button, one API call will happen to the backend. Okay. During that time, backend need to find out who sent the request. Okay. In every request, after login, we will be passing access token to the backend. Okay. So when will the front end get access token? Just after login. Front end will store it somewhere. Okay. So after every request after the login, you pass the access token. What contains inside the access token? What contains? User ID. So based on user ID, we can say this is the user. Okay. So now we know why do we need access token. Correct. Now refresh token. Why do we need refresh token? Because access token dies soon. So if it dies on 20th minute, and if you pass after 20, let's say you pass the same access token one after dying, 21st second you pass it, backend will say I don't know who are you. It is expired. Got it? So you need a new token. To get a new token, you have refresh token. You give refresh token, you get access. While login, you get two things. This you pass every request. This you keep it safe somewhere. Once this is about to die, you give it to backend. I need new refresh token, new access token. How you will do? Pass the refresh token.
And in refresh token, we have to give the time also. At
Yes.
this time we have to give that thing.
Even refresh token will be having the validity. It will be almost, bigger, 90 days. Every 90 days that will be. You might have noticed few people, after so many days, if you are not using one application, you will be automatically logged out. Correct. So you might have noticed that if you are not using the application for so many days, you will be automatically logged out. That's basically because refresh token is also dead. Okay. Now what you should do? You should log in. At that time, new token will be generated. Again, same story. Yeah.
Just for example, access token expired.
Expired.
So login form.
Say?
Just like access token is expired.
Expired.
And go to login form again. Then we have to generate this one refresh token.
Whenever you go to this page, login page, once you sign out, everything will be deleted. New two tokens will be generated. New two tokens.
It's called refresh token.
You get two tokens, access and refresh, both you
We have
get.
to generate two tokens in backend.
Correct. Backend will generate two tokens. No. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. Any doubt, no problem. Correct. And the credential ஒரு சேவ் ஆயிருக்கும் ஃப்ரண்ட் எண்ட் அந்த வேலை ஃப்ரண்ட் எண்ட்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணும் பேக்கெட் ஃப்ரண்ட் எண்ட்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணும் ஒரு வாட்டி ஆக்சஸ் பண்ண கிடைச்சினா அப்படியே ஸ்டோர் பண்ணி ஷோ எக்ஸாம்பிள் Okay, I'll show one sample example where the tokens will be saved. For example, this is my I have logged in, as you can see here. This is my account. Okay, this is my account. When I logged in as a Google authentication. Doesn't matter whatever method you use. Here, if you inspect and if you go to application, the local storage, this is not stored. Okay, I will show different website. This is using different method. So this is the place where the access token will be stored. Okay, they are using different names. We can also change it, rename it. Okay, this is where your access token will be stored. Right click, inspect, go to application. Here access token will be there. Here token will be stored. Okay. Do I have any other best method? Yeah, this is the place where typical your tokens, everything will be stored. Okay, here access token is the key. Typically, here the values will be stored something like this. Okay. Yeah, doubts? Say. One second. One second. Yeah. Login form. Refresh token time limit is 90 days. Refresh token time limit will be very high. Typically, just 90 days. Access token 20 minutes. Typical time. If both time is same only 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Front-end framework will do that job. That code front-end developer will write. Okay. Okay, any doubts?
Sir,
Hmm.
if refresh token expired, then we have to change again.
If refresh token is expired, then you have to log in. Front-end framework will do that job also. When it is about to expire, it will. I mean, one method is there. One method is once this is expired, then sign out, automatic sign out. One method. Another method is give one refresh token, you get new access token and refresh token. New. Okay. Once you use one refresh token, you can't use it anymore. That setting also we can do. It's completely flexible. That all settings I will show in settings.py. I will show you. Okay. Any doubts? If you want to keep, if you don't want to make your user never sign out, you can use this method. Give a refresh token, you get access token and refresh token both. What usually people do is, once refresh token is expired, then log out.
We can manually select refresh token we have to use.
That settings backend developer will do. Calling and all that front-end developer will do. It's according to how we design. Yeah. Yeah, sure.
How that refresh token know that it will going to expire and have to take over from here?
Two methods is there. One method is two people will, backend developer, front-end developer, both will talk. 20 minutes is expired time. What front-end developer will do is every 18 minutes he will make a call, like a cyclic call.
We have to mention that in the front end.
You should tell your front-end developer. You should make a call every 18 minutes. Otherwise it will expire. The timing you both should know. That is one of the method. Second method is you make a call, you get 401. Basically it will say I don't know, this is expired. Once it is expired, then make this call. You get a new token. It's like a first one what I said is proactive method. Second one is like a defensive method. First you call every time until you get unauthorized. Until you say no, I don't know, this is expired. Once the backend says this is expired, you make get a new token using refresh token. Okay. Yeah, you want me to explain from beginning?
Is it like getting a notice? Like if you have
value time till that you will be getting the
OTP is a different thing, no? OTP is different. OTP, someone will send to your phone. Only you will know what is the OTP. You enter.
credentials will also be only identity.
Yeah, that's what. So that comes under this stage. After you enter the OTP correct, then you get the token. Yeah. Any doubts?
After refreshing, we need to log in again.
After refresh token,
Yeah.
you no need to log in again. What happens when you give refresh token to the backend? What happens? You give refresh token to the backend, it will give new access token. You have a new access token, no? Why you need to log out? Any more confusion? Confusion?
Sir, allowed.
Okay. Yeah? Say.
Sir, you get it time from this guy, access to guy and
Again, should I have to explain?
you are refresh to home that then bank and how you are sending refresh to guy, yeah, access to guy.
Okay, tell me one thing. Let me ask you a question so that I can understand what was it. Okay. Now you log in. Okay. You log in as username and password you give.
The token is created.
Two token created. Who creates that? Who creates?
Like, you log in backend.
Backend creates two tokens. One token is access token. One is refresh token. Why do we need access token?
You know the created that.
What will contain inside access token? What contains inside user ID? So why front end needs access token? Who are we giving that tokens to? To the front end, right? So what will front end do with that token?
We know the data user data is student data. So the based on data, it create the export of
I don't understand. Say again.
like in the base of user data, like in access to the user is user data. So student is user teacher. So student is based on this data, we create a test. Like if the data is teacher, the dashboard is created. Dashboard is shown.
Wait, listen. See, you get access token. Inside access token, user ID will be there. I will say two flow. Listen carefully. I'm going to explain the purpose of access token. Okay. Let's say only two users is there. One is student, one is teacher. Okay. Teacher user ID is 101. Student user ID is 200. Okay. Now student login. When student login, access token refresh token will be generated. Inside that access token, 200 will be there. Inside the access token. When student logins, in that access token, 200 will be there. Okay. At the same time, teacher also login. Access token refresh token will be generated. Inside that access token, 101 will be there. Okay. Now both will come inside the application. Okay. In the home page, I have decided that only for teacher I am going to give a button create test. Only for teacher I will show this button. Okay. Who will say what to show? Backend will say. Create test will show only for teacher. Okay. Now after login, this button. Okay. After login, you press this button as a student. Assume this button exists for both. Okay, assume that. You press this button as a student. Request will go to backend. What backend do is, first it will check whether it is a student or teacher. How? Based on the user ID. Where user ID will be there? In the access token. So who will send access token? Front end will send. So that is the purpose of access token. Now access token is, now this is a flow for student. Now let's say teacher. Press button. Okay, create. So backend will check Will check student or teacher. How it will check? Based on user ID. How? Where user ID will say access token. Who will send access token? Front end. So every request after login, front end needs to send the access token to back end. Okay. Now access token is done. Now refresh token. Access token will expire every 20 minutes. That settings we can give every 10, 20, 50, up to you. I am saying 20 minutes. Okay. Now after 25 minutes, teacher is pressing this button. Backend will say, I don't know who are you. Why? Access token is dead, expired. Now you need a new access token. What is one of the method? Go again, login. Very bad experience. Second method, give refresh token to the backend. It will give the access token.
You have to do the passing manually or automatically?
Front end will. Yeah. Yeah, doubts. Doubts. Yeah, doubts. Okay. Is it clear? Because this concept is very, very important. Interviewer will mostly ask this. Okay. So according to this, one system will be having multiple different type of users, or for example, to find out who are you and what we should show in the interface, complete everything depends on this only, JWT. Everything depends on this. JWT will say who are you, what access you need to give. Okay. Is it clear? Yeah, doubt? Now let's come to our flow. One thing is someone said create test. Right now I'm in the teachers portal. Okay. After create test, what should be there? Yeah. Basically, question teachers has to add right. Teacher should add questions. After create questions, add questions. In each question, options if it is MCQ. Option, adding option. Let's say teacher added 50 questions. Okay. For each question, marks is also allotted while creating only. Once all this done, what is next?
Store it to the database.
Yeah.
Store it to the database.
It will store. When you do add question, it will keep on storing. Next, I'm asking as a flow. Next, what happens? Yeah. Time limit will add time limit. Okay. Time limit will. Let's say everything is prepared. Now what next? Suppose publish it. Publish it. Okay. So now teacher's job is done. Teacher's job is done. Now published, link is there, will share it to the students. Now tell me the flow of students. What student will do? Yes, correct. Before login, register, sign up or sign up. After that, login. Okay. Once login, what we will do? What student will do? Yeah? Yeah? Take the test. Inside test, what student will do? Don't say they will copy. Inside test, what they will do? Right answer. Okay. So we need to store all the answers also, right? For this question, this student, this is the answer. That mapping should be there. That I'll explain later. So basically, student write the answer. Once all the answers is done, what? Submit. Now student leaves the class. Now again teachers come. Okay. Now teacher log in. What happens? What the teacher will do? What the teacher will do? Evaluate. Evaluate and give marks, right? Okay. Marks is given. Now student will log in. What he will see? Results. So what the flow which we discussed right now, right? This is what we gonna build. Okay. This is what we gonna build. Starts from the sign up, registration, student, teacher, creating tests, adding question, adding options, adding time limit, publishing it. Then student login, student will take test, he will write answer, he will submit. Then teacher will do the evaluation. Then student will get to see that marks. So these many things we have to build. Okay, this is our goal. Okay. Okay, right now this is our folder structure. Okay, this is our folder structure. We installed something else. Why psychopsy, right? Okay. Okay. Now this is a folder structure. So as I said, this folder is like a root folder. Okay, it's a main folder. Let's not touch it much. We need an extra folder to write our code, our logic, everything else. For that, we need to create an app inside. The command is very simple. Python manage.py start app, whatever app name you want to give, test app. As you can see, new folder structure is created. Here we will write all the logics. Okay, you can create n number of apps. Why we do this? Because all the major what to say, major modules will keep it separate. The code will look clean. That's why. Okay, since our project is very small, let's create only one. Okay, in this, these many files are automatically created. This file is very important file. Okay, models. When I say models, it's same as tables, database tables. All the tables we will be defining it here in this file. And one more thing I forgot to tell you guys. This is Django. By default, this is Django. We want to make it is specifically for backend, right? For that, we need a package. Install REST framework. You need to install this. And one more thing, for JWT settings we need a module. Pip install Django REST framework simple JWT. To set up the JWT, if you need access token, refresh token, you need to install this. Okay. Can anyone say what OOPS concept are we using here? Here. Yeah, I'll give time to do. Please listen. I'll give time. Okay. What OOPS concept are we using here? Abstraction. No. Class user inside, if you write another class name, what is happening? Inheritance. So there is a class already exists, abstract user in Django. We are using it, okay? Let it be a parent. I'll create a child called user table. Okay, inside this abstract user, generally a user field what all contains? First name, last name, email, phone number, password, everything is there inside. I don't have to create again. Okay, everything is there inside. Along with that, what extra do I need? That we need to define here. To my project, I need to mention a role, whether it's a student or a teacher. Rest everything it's there inside. What all things? First name, last name, as I said. Everything is there. What all the user need. Okay, I'm inheriting it. I need all those properties. Along with that property, I'm adding one more property called role. Okay, one more field I'm adding. Okay, so this is how we create table in Django. We don't have to write any SQL query. Yeah? Django will take care of it. When I say it will take care, a concept comes ORM. Very important concept. Very, very important concept. The full form of this is object relational mapping. This concept is very important. You don't write SQL queries to create tables, to do queries. You don't do that. You write things in Python. The ORM inside the engine which we installed yesterday, that will translate and connect with your DB. Okay? That translation is done by this ORM. You write things in Python and you run few commands, it automatically tables will be created in database. Okay? So that is the role of ORM. Any Django interview you attend, this is the must question. What is ORM? What is the purpose of ORM? Okay? This is the fixed question. So what ORM does? We write code in Python. ORM itself will convert whatever we write in Python, will convert and into SQL queries internally. Yeah. And table creation. Everything will happen inside. We don't have to do anything. We just have to define the tables. That's it. Okay. Do anyone remember this method? Underscore, underscore, str, underscore, underscore. Yeah? What string? In OOPS concepts, I explained that. Yeah? No. Which method? Thunder. Render. Thunder. Tender.
D-U and D.
I don't know about that.
It's called render method. When you call object, it will run this.
Correct. When we see this is the class, if I create an object out of it, okay, tell me guys, if this is a table, if I create an object in database, how can I relate object with what? If class is table, object is what?
Attribute.
What? No. Then attribute is what? Come on guys, if this is the case, you're not gonna learn anything. I have explained this multiple times.
Attributes are columns.
If class is table, attributes are column, correct?
And that is row.
Object is table name.
Row. In one table, many rows will be there.
Yes, sir.
When I create an object out of it, I'm calling one row. That's it. Okay. Or when I create an object, a new row will create in the database. Okay. So you need to relate things. So this method means if I create an object out of it, and if I print that object, this will be printed. So that's what that method.
This method.
Huh?
In your language, what you say this method?
Special method.
Special method. Which is that
Tender.
method.
I'm not aware of that keyword. Okay. So yeah. So now tell me. Now the thing comes. We created a table here. We wrote a table. Creation did not happen yet. If you go to the Postgres, this is my database. Okay. Right now inside table, nothing is there. Correct. Now I want to tell Django, listen here. I will give time. Listen here. Now I wrote a code to create a table. Okay. Table definition is done. Now I want to tell Django, create a table in database. Right. Django will do that job. How to tell? There is a command. Python manage.py make migration and Python manage.py migrate. Two things you need to enter. Now as you can see, there are no tables here. If I write that command, okay, yeah. One more thing. Right now I created a new app here, but Django doesn't detect this app. I need to tell there such app exists. That you need to add here in the installed app. There you need to add the app name. Okay. And one more thing, you need to tell I'm using this Django only for REST framework purpose. That also you need to mention it like this. Okay. Now I am running the command again. Okay, so many things. First app user permission or permission. Reverse group set.
And what type of
Now once you run that command, all the tables will be created in your database. So these are the two commands. One is python manage.py make migration and migrate. Okay. Now yeah, you can do. I will push this code. You can check in my GitHub. What is this? Yeah, try this. First create a new app, then do this to installation, then run this command. Okay. Yeah. Two commands. REST framework and REST framework simple JWT. Guys, listen here. In settings file, you need to add this line. Okay, this line. You have to tell use this user model explicitly. Otherwise, it won't detect. Okay. Once everything is done, go to your PG admin and refresh it. This should come. Desktop user. No space. Framework hyphen simple JWT. Yeah. Do you have my remote? Sir?
What is the use of this command?
Negative. I'm telling Django I have a table created in the database. I don't
This
do it.
this command will display that thing on database.
It will whatever you wrote in that model file, no? That thing created. For now it is just a code. But we want table, that table. So that creation and all, so you are telling Django this is the table creation address.
How we will do that? That some command.
Only three were there.
But here we have more now. That
Like
like a lot of
all the
CD and
Django only 3, 4, maximum 5 commands.
they are also in use when we are going to do that.
Once you keep it all in one, no.
This time we have to remember.
By doing only that you will remember. The thing is, we should not do by heart and all. We should not do it. Even, I mean, initially we would feel what is command for this, for this, for this. Once you start using every day, it will stick on your head. It will take some time. You don't have to let's check the name to
हाँ? वो जो सर बोले मुझे
after this is done at this table, yeah, at this table, and in settings, you have my repository, right? I sent the link in WhatsApp. Open that. In settings also, you need to add this line, just one line. Entire file you can give anywhere, just add that line, okay. Once all those done, we have to do this. Do this. Do this.
Yes.
Go to PowerShell.
You do that.
Go to PowerShell. Go to that folder.
You do that. In that VS Code, you do that. That setting. That is there is a database. There is transfer from there. Yeah. And it is also in the VS Code also. Cloning, yes. You are right. I know that. अबे हमारा हुआ
After pasting it, go to settings. Go to settings, add this one line. And here also, these two lines you should add. I sent my recordings. AIR slash.
From here, we put that name test project. After this,
Run that two commands. Python management file. Make migration.
that's it. I have done that. That's saying first I not directory.
Then the wrong folder. Let us see your management file. Test one. Django test one. Django test one. Come on folder. Top. Go back. cd.com. You should run on that command in this folder. Wherever you got ls.py. That folder you are running. Go one folder behind. Go. Now what's happening? Here did you write?
What?
User table. This one. User table.
That can be right.
That I said was it. You can just copy paste if you want, or you can type it. In that you are saying settings you said no, expert your dot user. But you are telling the Django this is my user model. Don't get confused. Now you don't have that model only. You have model. Now you do this way. You have Microsoft File in this folder under this one. In this folder you write model apps. Now inside this app, go to folder Start project. Okay. The thing is, this command that we need to enter where this manage.py exists. Most of them made this mistake. Okay. You are running this command in this folder, which is wrong. Where is manage.py? It's in class project. You should come inside class project and run it. And I think you missed the last 2-3 classes. You have to create database on your own. Don't use that DBS SQLite. Install PostgreSQL. It won't install by default. If you run that make migration, then only it will install. You can delete it. Create the database on your own. Okay. You can ask your friends. Any doubt you can. Yes, correct. So, this comment. Where we should write that, not in this folder, in this folder. Where that manage.py exists. Test project, right? Inside test project, what different people, what they are doing, other people, they are getting inside this folder and entering the command. So, yeah, what you have done is correct. Why are you getting inside? What is the display space is there.
Oh, you all have to install that. You told me you all have to start that.
So what are we doing?
Yes.
This one. This line. That's not the reason I am focus over. I'm focusing. Okay, add that line. You have data. Post this thing. Wait. You also doing the same, right? Do you have SQLite or post this thing? Here. No table. I just want new database. First set them. Faster. That you should change the setting here. That here, after creating a new database, that database name and all the credentials you should give it. Okay? So then it will detect it.
Done that model?
Yes.
I'm always available for this thing. But now you are stronger man. You become stronger. Every day, 3 times. Doctor says that you have to do every day 3 times, morning, noon, and in night. What doctor is there? What my friend is there? And I say that same office. I'm saying that thing to this guy also. Do that thing. Do something else. Base was do that thing. And not going to problem. We are not helpful. That is even decided on the
Set of people. Write the spelling. Then please go. Spelling mistake. Check out. Under this what? Ask your friends. Create lab. That is the command. Create project. January. You are ready to save command. That's the whole. Louder. Not a good understanding. You can say in Hindi. Right now it's fully not connected. We have to make it connected. How to? If you want to use one file in another file, what do you do? From that file, import this. From file name, import that. We'll do that. Yeah, we'll do. Okay. So right now, just understand this folder, test project. It's connected with the test app. How in installed app I wrote that one line. Did you understand? Here, this one. You just have to write that one piece that I have that external folder like this. You need to take care of that also. So now these are connected like that. That's how you connect all. Yeah. Complete delete ಮಾಡಿ ಕೋಡ್ ಏನನ್ನ ಈ ರೆಪೊಸಿಟರಿ ಕಾಪಿ ಪೇಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ both are different. Doesn't matter, any order. Before or after doesn't matter.
Check out the comment again and again. Not an issue. Don't scare it to the mistakes. Okay. Right, the thing is, it's okay to do a mistake. You should understand what is not
Settings
working.
your finger
You
in
understand what
manage.
is bad, it should be done. Yeah. Now
First
you
I
are
will get
you
the
scared to enter the comment. Do what will happen? My friend. You do. It's okay. You make mistake also not an issue.
See, how to
Take what I do.
seeing the codes.
Okay. What it is? Where is
We
writing?
did not give part, huh? Say what?
Where do you have minus files? Go inside that folder and write down. I have sent the repository in WhatsApp.
In URL we have to give part now.
After we create the list, we will build it. Now not. Sit, Avishu. Sit. Sit. Now install this. So now you have everything just right. Yes. Okay. Now do you have a positive? Hit up the button. Open. Hit up the button. Improve it will be
Yes.
Yes. 9 are by default. This is your table which you created. That model is. And if you want to view, click on this. As I said, it's inheriting. Everything will be there. This is the extra which you create. Now, this is the first create Portugal account. Create Portugal account. Then spell mistake. Set there. Engine. Wait. That's it. Right. Data. Yes, correct.